Now, from the studios of Into Tomorrow in Miami, this is ITTV.
'Tis the season to shop smart. Scammers are looking to take advantage, of course, of American consumers as fears of a looming recession continue to increase and people tighten their purse strings and their wallets. Well, those scams come many times in the form of counterfeit products. So we're happy to have with us the Executive Assistant Commissioner from the Office of Trade with U.S. Customs and Border Protection, or CBP, AnnMarie Highsmith. AnnMarie, welcome Into Tomorrow.
Thank you for having me. Very well today. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you with us. I'm surprised and yet saddened by counterfeits accounting for as much as like 7.5% of global trade. I mean, that seems to be an enormous amount of money that folks are essentially being ripped off about, right?
Unfortunately, yes. Just in the United States, at CBP alone, last year, we had 21,000 separate seizures of counterfeit merchandise, equating to 25 million separate counterfeit items. That has a value of $3 billion if genuine.
Oh my gosh. And of course, with the holidays surrounding us, what types of gifts are most likely to be duped this holiday season, especially that we should be particularly aware of?
Unfortunately, all products are susceptible to counterfeiting this time of year, but the ones that we're seeing most often at CBP are exactly the ones that you're wanting to purchase for your loved ones this year. That's jewelry and watches, wallets and handbags, footwear, wearing apparel, and consumer electronics.
Yeah, of course, consumer electronics, because that's what we cover for 27 years and everybody wants them. You're absolutely right about that. But can you explain for us, AnnMarie, how counterfeit goods put consumers basically at the overall public welfare in danger, for that matter?
Indeed. These products are fake. They're made with inferior workmanship, substandard materials, and very often they contain harmful chemicals that can be dangerous when you put them on your body. When we're talking about cosmetics, can be extremely dangerous for individuals.
And that's a good point that I think we don't often think about. It's not so much, the problems and the fact that they're not really good products, but how they could become medically dangerous to us.
Absolutely. And just last year, with relation to consumer electronics, there were 70 deaths and 350,000 serious injuries reported.
Wow, I would have had no idea about that. So it's a good thing we've had you on to remind folks. How do these fake items actually also erode our nation's economy? Because that's an important factor, I think, that we need to bring up. It does mean something to us as everyday consumers, does it not?
It absolutely does. These illicit activities take money out of our communities and they take jobs out of our communities. Last year, there were $483 million in taxes were avoided and taken out of our public services as a result of counterfeiting and illegal activity. 750,000 jobs estimated to be lost as a result of counterfeiting just in U.S. marks alone. 38,000 jobs lost just as a result of counterfeit pharmaceuticals. And not only that, Dave, but these organizations that are involved in illicit activities or counterfeiting merchandise are also involved in other illicit activities, including human trafficking, forced labor conditions, drug trafficking, and other violent crimes.
Wow. Again, more stats that are interesting but scary. I mean, this 21st century crime, is something that unfortunately seems to continue to grow. Maybe this is something that some of the new 87,000 IRS agents can work on, at least to collect the taxes. But it doesn't seem to be ever ending, does it?
Well, no. This is cheaters are going to cheat, as we say at CBP. Our job is to facilitate legitimate trade and travel, to protect U.S. businesses, to make a level playing field so that our economy can grow and U.S. businesses can thrive.
And that sounds like a particular good message, especially to adults. Can you share something even with younger shoppers this holiday season, other than the good advice you've already given us?
Absolutely. As a mom, I have these conversations with my own kids. Yeah. These are not victimless crimes. You know, when if our young people are on the internet and they're looking for good deals, they have to trust their instincts as well. If the deal's too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. They need to understand that these items can be very dangerous to themselves and to other folks. And they need to understand that they're manufactured in facilities that are not sustainable, right? In addition, yes.
Yeah, I was going to say there's so many good points to the points you are making that pick any one of them, any two of them, and there's good enough reason to be extra careful. Where can our audience go to get more info from what you and your team are doing, AnnMarie?
So at CBP, you can go to our U.S. Customs and Border Protection website, cbp.gov/trade, and also the National Crime Prevention Council website, ncpc.org.
Well, AnnMarie Highsmith, Executive Assistant Commissioner with the Office of Trade for U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us. And I sure hope that our audience continues to heed your advice. It's good stuff you've come up with, and we appreciate you joining us.
Thank you for having me this morning. Happy holidays.
Thank you, AnnMarie, and the very same to you. Once again, you can visit ncpc.org/go4real. And as I mentioned, we'll get you to those sites when you visit us at intotomorrow.com, where you can also see the full video interview if you're only hearing this on the radio or podcast at this point. Stay tuned, because there's much more to come, as always, here on Into Tomorrow. I'm Dave Graveline, right here on the Advanced Media Network.